Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to an episode of the San Antonio Spurs Rebuild. Here on NBA 2K24, we are wrapping up the first season here in San Antonio, and things have not gone our way. We are 24-40, but maybe that is things going our way. Because if we take a look at the NBA standings in the West, we are currently second to last. Just ahead of the Rockets, who are for some reason very, very bad, even though they have a lot of young talent, same as we do. Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Alperen Sengun, they're probably in a better spot if you take a look at it. Like, if you look at their entire starting lineup, and they've got Tari Eason on the bench as well, and Cam Whitmore, they're probably in a better spot than we are right now. As of right now, I would probably take the Rockets roster over our roster. And that's saying something because we have maybe a generational talent in Victor Wembanyama. Now, we have added Jaren Jackson Jr., who is only 24 years old. We have Keldon Johnson, who is only 24 years old. We have Jeremy Sohan, who is 20 years old. We have Trey Jones, who's 24 years old. Devin Vassell, who's 23 years old. We have Malachi Branham, who's 20 years old. So, I mean, it's not like we lack any young talent. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the Rockets' young talent is inarguably better than our young talent. If you add everything together and not just go like one player for one player, like we could compare Sengun to Wembanyama all day, twice on Sundays. But if you take this entire lineup and all of their young talent in it, and you compare that to our young talent, I'd take Jalen Green, the combination of Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., and Tari Eason, over the combination of Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Malachi Branham, and all the young guys that I mentioned earlier in our team. So the Rockets are in a better spot for the future, but they're also in a better spot right now in terms of this year because they have a higher pick possibly. Now, that's not saying that the lottery is going to not screw them. It could certainly screw them and give it our favor. That's possible. And then in the East, the Wizards are also hot garbage, which we knew that was going to be the case. And then the Magic, who are a game below us, because they have 23 wins, we have 24 wins, but then also the Indiana Pacers of all teams, who in real life were actually really, really good. Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Obi Toppin, Miles Turner. This is a good basketball team. And in real life, they're playing really good, but in this simulation, they are not having the season that we need them to, or they wanted to have. The team that we need to keep an eye on is the Toronto Raptors, 30-34. And the reason I say we need to keep an eye on the Toronto Raptors is because our upcoming draft picks for this season, we traded away one of them, but the other one is the top 5 protected pick from the Toronto Raptors. Now, we don't care if the Raptors make the play-in because that's going to mean that we get that first-round pick. So we'll have 2. But we do care if they don't make the play-in, but they continue to lose games and make it to the top 5, because then they'll get their pick back, obviously. So we're kind of in this weird situation where we want the Raptors to be bad, but we don't want them to be bad enough to where they're top 5, they're picking potentially top 5. It's a weird spot to be put in. And if we go to the lottery odds, right now the Thunder have the best odds because they have that Rockets pick. But then the Rockets have the second best odds, funny enough, because they have the Wizards pick. Then you got the Magic, then the Pacers, and then us right here at number 5. So currently we have projections of a top 5 lottery pick. And I think that's going to continue to be the case because I think we're going to continue to lose this episode. Who knows? But maybe it'll even get a little higher. Hopefully the Wizards and Rockets win a few more games at the end of the season. Who knows? But then you got the Raptors right here. We have their pick, and the Raptors are currently sitting at number 9. We need them to lose a few more games to where they get to like this range. I want them to get like 6-7 range, but not bad enough to where they get to 5 range, because then if it ends up being a top 5 pick, then it goes right back to Toronto. We don't want that. So we need them to lose a few more games, but not lose enough to where they are pretty bad. So we're going to simulate a few more games to start this episode and then jump in and probably play against the Denver Nuggets. And we beat the Rockets of all teams. We lose to the Warriors, which is honestly probably not surprising. Jaren Jackson Jr. puts up 28 points. Wembanyama had 14 and 5. And then Steph Curry put up 42. He was in his bag. He was in his full bag. But we didn't go and dominate the Rockets 109-96. So I guess you take some good with the bad, I guess. So let's simcast the game against the Nuggets because I just want to play against Jokic and stuff. And we're off to a good start here in the first quarter. But the Nuggets fight back in the second quarter, and then they're starting to separate themselves. This is where the true talent starts to reveal itself. 2 minutes to go, 114-107. Let's see if we can jump in and help the Spurs get a W here, but I doubt it. I doubt we can do anything, but we'll try. We will try our best. Charles Bassey's in the game. What's the lineup looking like? Sohan at shooting guard, I don't necessarily like that much, but I guess we'll have to live with it. And was that a 3 from? Yeah, it was the 3 from Michael Porter Jr. All right, so that's the kind of state that we're in right now. And Wembanyama probably isn't having that great of a game because he's going up against Jokic, who is an amazing talent. And yeah, he's having 13, 3, and 3. So he's not having one of his best games by far, but he's not having like a worse game. And Jokic just absolutely destroyed Malachi Branham here. I don't know if we're going to be able to help the team much in this little jump in here. Although Wembanyama might be able to get a few extra points, and he does get that one, 15 points for Wemby. We got to focus this offseason, which offseason is going to be next episode. We have to focus this offseason on getting Wembanyama some talent, whether that's a few veterans in the free agent pool or maybe a big splash in free agency, who knows, or getting some talent in the draft, some future young studs in the draft to pair alongside Wembanyama. But we need to do something because the team that we have put together right now, I like Wemby and Jaren, and that's not Jaren's fault, that's my fault. I like Wemby and Jaren, and I like Keldon and Devin Vassell, but the rest of the team, I mean, I want to say Malachi's in there too, but I mean, Malachi's just not putting up the simulation numbers I need him to put up. And when we jump in and play games with him, he's not putting up the jump in numbers that I need him to put up. So he's not developing like everybody else. So I would like to say that Malachi's in that conversation of guys that I like, that are young, that I want to keep on this team, the foundation of this team. But I have a bad feeling that he's just going to get lost in the shuffle and put into the reserves or something. He's going to put on the bench and just get forgotten about. I have a sneaky suspicion about that, but everybody else, that was a great block by Jaren Jackson Jr., by the way. I have a sneaky suspicion that's just going to happen. I'm going to try to keep it from happening, but I feel like just organically it's going to happen, where he just gets lost because he's just not high enough overall to start off with, and he's not developing this season. Like Devin Vassell and Johnson, they've both developed a little bit. They've gone up overalls, they've done stuff, and have grown this season, but Malachi stays at, a 70 overall? He's not becoming the point guard that I wanted to become, and maybe that's because I'm forcing him to play point guard. He could be more suited to play shooting guard, and maybe we'll explore that avenue next season when hopefully in this offseason, whether it's in the draft or free agency, we come away with, oh my God, Jokic just bullied Wembanyama there. Well, we come away with an actual solidified point guard. That could be a change. Step back, mid-range, Wemby, no good. That's going to be the ball game. 123-113. Let's be honest, we were never going to win that game. Jokic is he's too much of a man. We're not in a spot right now where we can handle Jokic. Certainly not in a spot where we can come back from a deficit like that against Jokic in the fourth quarter with like 2 minutes to go. We are not in a spot to handle that. So Keldon did lead us in scoring, though, so that's kind of something. And we got Wembanyama a few extra points. But we're just not in a spot for us to be able to take on Jokic like that. Let's simulate a few more games, and we'll probably jump in and play against Durant, Booker, and the Suns. Kevin Huerter, broken wrist. That is done for the season for Kevin Huerter. That's not good. That is not what I wanted to see from Kevin Huerter. We brought him in the first episode, or second episode, whatever it was, because I wanted to have a guy off the bench that I could trust to get buckets. And now we lose Huerter and Vassell, but Vassell is coming back pretty soon. I don't even know who we put in his replace. Do we give one of the shots to the young guys? Let's give some minutes to Kessler Edwards and Sissoko. Might as well. I mean, we might as well see what we have with them. So we'll take some minutes from Cedi Osman because we know what we have in Cedi, and he's probably not going to get re-signed, or maybe he will, I don't know. But let's give some top-tier actual minutes, NBA minutes, to Kessler Edwards and Sissoko. See what they got. See if they can shine here in the end of the season. I mean, we have nothing else to play for except for getting a higher draft pick. So we lose to the Nets. Ooh, that's good. Devin Vassell's back, so we can move Devin back into the rotation. We'll take away Sandro's minutes. give them to Devin. We'll take away a little bit more of Chetty's minutes, give them to Devin. We'll take away some Charles Bassey minutes, some Trey Jones minutes, some Nerlens Noel, and some Edwards and Sissoko minutes. We'll give them all to Devin, and we will move him back up to starting shooting guard, and we'll take away some Malachi minutes. Not a ton of Malachi minutes, but some Malachi minutes. And then we will give them back to Devin, give some to Keldon, give some to Jaren. All right, perfect. So we beat the Grizzlies, actually. Let's take a look at how we played against the Nets. We put up 20 with Sohan, but Cam Thomas, had 27. Bridges had 23. Bradley Beal's on the Nets? Okay, how did Bradley Beal get to the Nets? They made a trade with Washington. Transaction reports. Philadelphia. How did he get here? So, there they are. Brooklyn Nets. Bradley Beal and Yuta Watanabe, Yuta the Shooter, got traded to the Nets for Nicholas Claxton and Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons is now in Phoenix with Nicholas Claxton, and Bradley Beal heads to the Nets. Okay, that's interesting. Whatever. How did Luka destroy us here? Wembanyama had 17 and 6, but he also had a block. And then Kyrie had 34. So it wasn't even Luka. It was Kyrie that killed us. We've got a little bit of a rivalry with Kyrie and the Mavs, don't we? Wembanyama dominates against the Grizzlies, even though they have Steven Adams, who is a big body and down low in the paint. But he had 31 and 12, so didn't seem to mind too much. Jaren had 13-6. Ja Morant had 23, 7, and 9, almost a triple-double for Ja. Desmond Bane at 18. Derrick Rose even put up 13. How are we looking for awards? Because we had a chance to win Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year with Wembanyama. So Jokic is probably going to take home the MVP. Chet has actually jumped us for Rookie of the Year because Wembanyama has dropped his points and rebounds. Come on, Wemby. We need you to have a crazy last couple weeks. Sixth Man of the Year could go to Zach LaVine. Defensive Player of the Year is going to go to Evan Mobley, but Victor is battling there. He needs to bump up his block game and his rebound game. That's why Mobley's dominating there. But we might not come away with any awards this year. We were thinking we were going to come away with 2. It might not be any. So we'll jump in and play the Suns because they've got KD and Booker and all those guys. Not Bradley Beal anymore, though. But now they got Nicholas Claxton and Ben Simmons. And this could be quite the W for us, although the Suns are fighting back. It's going to be close. 3:38 to go. We'll jump in right here. 116-107. We lead against the Phoenix Suns. Can we hold on for this W? The Suns, don't they have DeAndre Ayton? Why they need Nicholas Claxton? I'm not 100% sure why they made that trade, but that's an and one. Claxton can't compete with Wembanyama. I mean, he is the unicorn for a reason. 118-107. Wemby with the free throw, and he will drill it. 119-107. There's Ben Simmons on the court with Devin Booker. KD's out there with Claxton. Oh, Booker. Oh, I thought he was going to have that. That would have been a nasty little sidestep thing. Eric Gordon's also out there, but Wembanyama, he gives it back to Claxton. Claxton goes for the free throw line, gets not an and one, but he's going to shoot some free throws. And Claxton will miss the second one. So he hit the first, missed the second. City Sissoko is out on the court now, which is nice to see. I mean, that's what we wanted, but he's going up against Devin Booker. I don't really like that, and he missed his shot. I like seeing Sissoko out there because, I mean, I said we might as well see what he got in him. He's going to be on the team. Might as well see if he's got something in him. Don't want to have, oh, that's a step back of all step backs, and Devin Booker drilled it. I mean, that's just disgusting, Devin. You shouldn't be able to make that shot, but he did. He absolutely did. Vassell playing point guard is not what I like. I don't like Devin Vassell playing point guard because he doesn't have the handles that Trey Jones or even Malachi has. So we're going to have to change that. Now we have a jump ball situation. And Ben Simmons is going to kill that because he's like 6'10". And KD going to run past everybody and dunk it in. That's not good. Okay, so let's just change this here a little bit. Vassell, we'll bring in Trey Jones. Keldon's going to probably have to come out. We'll bring in Kessler Edwards. Although we might need to bring in the studs if the Suns are going to fight back in this game. But we got Wemby out there still, so we're good. I feel pretty confident in that. Although they got their big boys out there. They got Booker, they got KD. Claxton. Booker. He's got a mismatch here if I've ever seen one with Sissoko. He's going to take a deep three, and Devin Booker is going to drill it. Devin Booker is a menace. He's a problem. I like this mismatch with Jaren and KD, because Jaren's a lot bigger than KD just in terms of size, weight-wise, and muscle. So he just bullies him down there, puts it in. 123-116. We got to stop Devin Booker. He's been the one that puts up all the points here since we jumped in, so we got to stop Booker. He's obviously their main ball handler, and Wembanyama blocked that out of the sky. Sissoko, almost stolen by Ben Simmons, getting his lanky arms in there, and that's going to be blocked by Ben Simmons. He tracked that very well. That was a good job by Ben Simmons defensively, and that's what Ben Simmons does. He plays good defense, just can't score. Just not a good offensive player. 49 seconds to go. Suns are in a little bit of panic mode here. Vassell, Keldon, put it up, Keldon. Buckets, good job. 26 for Keldon Johnson. Suns call a timeout, 125-116. 41 seconds to go in the game. Are the Spurs fans going to go home happy? We get to see Kessler Edwards. We get to see Trey Jones in the game now. In the corner, Ben Simmons. Why did I jump? Why did I jump? But I'll jump at that one. Devin Booker for three. No good, Devin. You missed it. What are you doing, Devin? And now Edwards is out there. Kessler, Edwards. It's good. Okay, Kessler. I see what you got right there. That was a little nasty. That was a little disgusting if I say so myself. And Devin Booker, another three. Devin Booker, no good. I think Devin's kind of worn out. He's been doing everything since we jumped in here. Trey Jones to Sissoko. Can he shoot the three? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I didn't get a very good release on that, but he might be able to shoot the three. I'm not 100% sure. Claxton to the basket, no good. Passes out of it. Booker. Heaves one, he gets it to go, but the Spurs will walk away with a victory against the Phoenix Suns. Maybe we shouldn't have walked away with a victory, but I'll take it. Anytime we can get some good morale for the team is always nice. And we saw Keldon Johnson play pretty well. We saw Wembanyama play pretty well, so I'll take it as a W. That's pretty nice to see. Wembanyama had 28 and 6 with 5 blocks. That's the kind of game that we need him to have. I told you, we need him to have a crazy couple games for him to get back over Chet. And Keldon, I talked about him having a crazy game, 26 and 11. Jaren 15 and 7. Sohan even had a decent game. Okay, we put up quite the game there. Quite the game. And now we take on the Suns again after a day break. And this time we lose to them. And there's a trade, Josh Hart and somebody, for Osman and first-round pick. Yeah, I'm not giving up a first-round pick for Josh Hart. Are you serious? Devin Vassell had 19, but KD came back with a vengeance. 28, 6, and 5. We play the Jazz here, and we will lose to the Jazz, 121-89. Lowry Markkanen had 29 and 9. Wiggins had 24 and 5. How did Wiggins get here? I have no idea. The league is crazy. But look at this. City Sissoko led the team with 13 points. He didn't do anything else except for turn the ball over, but that's the kind of stuff I want to see. That's why we gave him the minutes, because I want to see if he can have if he's got anything in him. I want to see what he's got. So now if we take a look at the lottery odds, we now have the 5th pick, and the Raptors have jumped back up to number 10 because they have started to win some more games. Stop winning games, Toronto. I want you to be in this range right here, the 6 and 7 range, but you're winning too many games. We need the Knicks, the Celtics. The Celtics? Jaylen Brown, Jason, have these guys been hurt? Has Jason Tatum missed some time? He doesn't have an injury right now. Let me go to his stats. How many games has he played? Has he played the whole time, the whole season? They just haven't been good? Games played, he's played 72 games. Why are what about Brown? Has Brown missed any time? No, they both played the exact same time. Kristaps? Kristaps is known to get injured. He's played, did I pass it? I might have passed it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, I'm in the wrong stat, no wonder. Okay, so where is his games played? He's played 70 games. So this team has been playing together the entire time, and they've won 32 games? Are you serious? What kind of witchcraft voodoo are we talking about here? That's kind of insane. We'll probably jump in and go against Golden State. Ooh, Kevin Huerter's back, actually. I didn't think he'd actually come back. I thought he'd be done for a while. We're going to take away probably all of Osman's minutes. Give a few back to Huerter. We'll take away a little bit from Bassi and Noel. I want to keep those minutes with Sissoko and Edwards. Might as well. I want to see how they do. We lose to the Knicks. 120-106. Jaren had 25 and 5. But Julius Randle put up 26 and 14. Everybody was killing us that game. And now we can jump in and go against the Golden State Warriors at home. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. It's a back and forth game. 106 to go in. It's a 1-point lead for the Spurs. We'll jump in. The thing, did you see that? I don't know if you caught that at the very end when I jumped in. It said give less minutes to City Sissoko. Which is, to be fair, that's probably true. We should be doing that. But I mean, hey, he's a young guy. We got nothing to play for this season. Might as well see what we have. Curry feeds to Chris Paul. That's weird seeing both of them out there at the same time. Usually Paul runs the second team, but he's out here. And Loon Dog, no good. And I don't see Wembanyama out there. I don't like it when Wembanyama's not out on the court because he needs to be Rookie of the Year. So he needs to be out here basically the entire game. Sissoko was getting guarded by Steph Curry, which Steph Curry's not the greatest defender in the world, but he's going up against a young guy in Sissoko, so he's probably a little bit better than he should be. Although he just got bullied by Sissoko. The first 2 points of the night for Sissoko come on Easter Sunday. Or, yeah, it's Easter Saturday? I think it's Easter Sunday. I don't know. Whatever it is. Easter Day. And he got him against Steph Curry. So he can put that in his little bag of tricks there. So we got a weird lineup going out here. Jaren's playing center. I want Wemby in. I want Jaren still in. Sissoko's going to play small forward for us. Huerter's playing point guard. I don't like that. I'll bring in Trey Jones, and we'll bring in Vassell. That'll be the lineup. That'll be the lineup to end the game. There's only 26 seconds left. It's not like it matters too much, but that'll be the lineup. Bodzimiski, or Bodzmiski, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's in the game. And he's got himself a wide open three. Curry did a good job, and he drilled it. Another splash brother? Another splash brother for the Warriors? I don't know, but they tied the game with that. That was a good pass from Curry. Keldon. I don't know if Sissoko's... I don't know his release, so I don't want to shoot threes with him. Wembanyama. Guarded by Kevon Looney. And he's got it easy. I mean, he had no shot of covering that. That was too difficult. But that is... We've drained a lot of time here, and we scored the bucket. 84-82. Steph for three! No good, and the Spurs will win. That would have been a nasty, disgusting way to win for Steph Curry. But we got ourselves a victory against the Warriors, which you could say is bad, but also it's pretty fun. It's always nice to get a win. We're still doing our job of losing. We're still tanking, so it's not like this game is going to change the course of our draft pick or something. We're still in a pretty good spot. And it's not like we win a bunch of games. I mean, we won 2 against the Grizzlies and Suns, but then we went on a 3-game losing streak. So it's not like we're winning games all the time. We're going on massive win streaks or anything. Lose to the Nuggets, beat the Pelicans by a point, and now we've entered the final week of the NBA season. The final week of the NBA season. I think all of the... Has the playoffs been figured out? Oh, it's almost figured out. So everybody up to the 8th seed has been guaranteed a playoff spot. It's a battle between the Clippers, the Suns, and possibly the Grizzlies. But I think it's going to be Clippers and Suns that make it, and everybody else just falls out. And then on the Eastern side of things, the Raptors are battling. They're winning too many games, Toronto. I have a feeling they're going to make the playoffs. I think that's just out of the question that they're going to make the playoffs. At least the Pacers have won a few more games. But we just have to hope that they don't get too good. We just have to hope that they don't get too good. So let's simulate this game against Embiid and Maxey. Nurkic and Eubanks for Vassell and Sissoko. Nope. But I like the fact that we're raising Sissoko's trade value. That's always nice. We have one more game against the Thunder, which could decide the Rookie of the Year. Luka has stolen the MVP, it looks like. And Chet is battling for the Rookie of the Year with Victor. It's going to be between one of those two. And I think that Wemby is out of the Defensive Player of the Year race, which kind of sucks, but he'll get it some other time probably. This is a big game with the Thunder. This could decide the Rookie of the Year. If Chet has a good game and Wemby doesn't, then it's pretty much solidified. But if Wemby keeps pace, which we need him to do, and I don't think he's going to, 232, 95, 110, we'll jump in, see if we can help the team. What's the lineup look like? Branham, Vassell, Edwards, Johnson, Edwards, and Jackson. So Wemby's not out there. Oh, blocked by Chet. We don't need that to happen. We didn't need that to happen. That's bad. That's real bad. Giddey with the ball. Is that Isaiah Joe playing point guard for him? Or maybe he's playing small forward? I don't know what he's playing. And Wallace, Cason Wallace, no good. Edwards with the rebound. He's got 11 points. He doesn't have any dribble moves. He's got no bag, basically. But he could be a good player for us. Jaren puts up a nice bucket. Let me go to the stats. What does Chet have? Chet has 23 and 9 with that third block. So, but what does Wemby have? Wemby's got 14 and 10 with 3 blocks. Okay, so he doesn't have as many points. Oh, that's just a bad pass. I don't know what you're doing there. And that's going to be an assist and a dunk for Keldon Johnson. I don't know what kind of, I didn't even do anything. They just threw it at my face. Shea with the ball. He gives it to Cason. Screen from Chet. Down low to Shea. On Malachi. I don't like that because Malachi's going to get bullied. And he got bullied. 112 to 99. We're going to have to need to hit a 3 here, but we don't have anybody. I mean, Vassell probably. Keldon. Trying to get around Giddey. Pump fake. Kessler. Can Kessler shoot threes? He might be able to, but I didn't know his release. I got to stop shooting with guys I don't know their release. It's just going to end badly. Shea's got a lot of space. He's going to take that jumper, and he's going to drill it. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, there's a reason he's the GOAT. Vassell. Back to Kessler. See what Kessler's got. Put it up. That's probably on me. That's probably on me. Let's get a little bit of a foul here. Get the guys in. Get the squad in the game. Lou Dort inbounding to Josh Giddey. Wembanyama's back in, which I'd love to see. And he could add another block, but I didn't jump because I didn't want to foul him. So Shea drills it. I think it's going to be Chet's award this year. I think it's going to be Chet's award. Unless we can embarrass him here with a couple shots. He fouled us. That's his 4th. All right, Victor. Drill these free throws. Hits the first, 15-10. And then he drilled the second, 16, 10, and 1 for Victor Wembanyama. Vassell, little swiper no swiping. Nope, nothing there. 42 seconds to go. Couldn't get that one. Uh-oh, Cason Wallace. I don't know if he can shoot the 3. Why did he run into my jump? That's not fair. I thought he was going to shoot the 3, so I jumped. He didn't, and he just ran into me. That's not my fault. I was already in the air. I couldn't control that. But he missed the free throw. Missed one of them, at least. And Malachi's got it. Malachi to the basket. Malachi Branham. No good. That's a little embarrassing. You got to be able to hit that, Malachi. I mean, even with a poor release, I didn't get it fully green or anything. You still got to be able to drill that. That's a college layup you got to hit. We fouled him again. 23 seconds to go. This one is wraps. Wemby gets another free rebound. I'll take that. Anytime Wemby gets some points or some stats, it's always nice. Vassell for 3. Devin Vassell drills the 3. It's nice that 2K24 doesn't make you have to hit a green every single time for a jumper if you want to make it. Because that's how 2K23 was. I talked about it. You guys saw that. My complaining every single episode of the Clippers and the whatever other stuff I was doing. It was, the Legends thing. Oh, that was the Clippers. But anyway, it's nice now that you don't have to, because that wasn't green by any means, but it went in. As long as it's a good look and it's a decent enough release, you're going to be pretty fine. Chet finishes with 23, 11, and 3. Wemby finishes with 16, 11, and 3. So not as many points, but he combined, or he matched him in rebounds and blocks, which are the stats that matter for Defensive Player of the Year, so, or for Rookie of the Year. We beat the Nuggets because they're probably not playing anybody at this point. And, no, they're playing everybody. But, wait, where's Jokic at? Is Jokic hurt? Hold on. Is Jokic hurt? Injury report. Go to the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets. Jokic, severe left ankle sprain, 1 to 2 weeks. The Denver Nuggets. Oh, no. Now we play the Detroit Pistons, who had 52 wins, by the way. This Detroit Pistons team has 52 wins. I don't know how that's possible, but this is the final game of the NBA season, and we are getting smoked by the Detroit Pistons. 108-95. We've pulled it back with a decent fourth quarter and a decent third quarter, but we are getting cooked by the Pistons, which is not something you should ever say in modern basketball, modern day NBA. Wemby should dominate here. He's got Marvin Bagley on him, which Marvin Bagley, funny enough, has no bag. It's ironic, isn't it? Although he could end up in San Antonio. I shouldn't disrespect him. I do like Marvin Bagley. Oh, blocked by Wemby. I could see Marvin Bagley in San Antonio at some point down the line. Vassell for 3. Devin Vassell, no good. Thought maybe I could recreate what happened last time, or what happened last game. Cade Cunningham, step back baseline, no good. Wemby with the rebound. Only 2 rebounds for Wembanyama? What are we doing, Victor? You're 7'9". Get under the basket. Get some rebounds. I mean, you're putting up points, which is nice. You're putting up dem points. 108-99. Morris to Bagley to Cade. Wemby almost blocked him. Uh-oh. Morris. No good. Sasser down low. It's Bagley. I took Wemby out of the play. I hate myself. That's my fault. I took Victor Wembanyama out of the play because I jumped with him on accident, and he was not in the back of the, or in the paint like I needed him to be. And Jaren slams it home. Is he guarded by Killian Hayes? That is not the matchup you want if you're the Detroit Pistons. Down by 9. We can still come back in this game. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it is if we're letting Bagley do that kind of stuff to us. If we're letting Bagley do that stuff, it's out. Out of the question. Wembanyama, no good off the deep 2. That was a decent shot, and that's a foul by Vassell. I didn't really want to do that. I was trying to get a little swiper no swiping action, but it is what it is. He drills the shot. And Morris will hit both free throws. 114-101. This game's pretty much over. So we might as well just let Victor do whatever he wants and see if we can add some more stats to his game. All right. Step back. Deep 3. It's good. Victor Wembanyama. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. 114-104. Vassell gives to Bagley. Let's give Bagley some space. He wants to shoot it, he can shoot it. We got to get out of the paint, though. I don't want to get a foul call. No. Oh, how'd you get that up? There's no shot you got that over Wembanyama. I don't know how I didn't block that. That's what I was going for. Victor. 3. It's good. Victor Wembanyama with 22. And that was a green bean, too. Green Giant. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's for sure. I fouled him out with 4.9 to go in the game. All right, but we'll just give the ball back to Wemby now and see if he can shoot another 3. And that's what I want to see Wemby upgrade his game next season. I want to see him shoot a few more 3s. That's a deep one at half court. No good. We lose 115-107 to the Detroit Pistons to end our first season. Year number 1 is in the books. We did not play very well, but that's kind of what you expected, isn't it? You kind of expected the San Antonio Spurs to not play very well, which at least I did. All right, so 22 from Victor, 2 for 8 from three-point land. So the only 2 threes he made were the 2 ones that I made at the end of the game. Cade had 22 and 8. Bagley had 19. Are you kidding me? All right, let's end the season. Let's see the awards. I doubt that Wembanyama is going to win it. Luka takes home the MVP of the league with 27.9 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, and 10 assists. Just a disgusting performance from Luka Doncic. And the Rookie of the Year, unfortunately, goes to Chet Holmgren. That's annoying. Very annoying. But he had a crazy season. 19, 11, 2.5 blocks a game. I mean, that's just a crazy season, Rookie of the Year-wise. Zach LaVine wins Sixth Man of the Year. He really shouldn't be a sixth man, but he is. Giannis takes the Defensive Player of the Year, so Wemby gets snubbed on all awards. And then Jalen Duren gets the Most Improved Player. Clutch Player of the Year goes to Steph Curry. Michael Malone gets Coach of the Year, 48 and 34. And Tyler Jamison gets the Executive of the Year. So those are your awards. All-NBA first team, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, and James. Second team is Tatum, Morant, Halliburton, Trae Young, and LaMelo Ball. Tatum should not be All-NBA if his team didn't finish with more than 40 wins. So, I don't know what they're doing here. That's just me, though. Third team, Davis, Fox, Sabonis, Lillard, and Anthony Edwards. All defensive first team, Shea, Herbert Jones, Giannis, Mobley, Holmgren. Second team, Luka, Caruso, Jaren, and Ausar Thompson, plus Victor Wembanyama. So we get ourselves 2 all-defensive second-teamers. I'll take that every day. And then all-rookie first team is Chet, Victor, Ausar Thompson, Brandon Miller, Keontae George. Second team is Derek Lively, Jaime Jaquez, Amen Thompson, the dude from the Warriors, and Scoot. So that is your all-NBA teams. And here's your playoffs. So the Lakers get the 1 seed, Thunder are the 2 seed, Pistons are the 1 seed in the East. What alternate universe are we in? The Hawks are the 2 seed over out East. Nets and Bucks and the Raptors made the play-in. I hate the Raptors. Let's simulate the play-in. So it's going to be Lakers, Suns, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Warriors, Kings, Thunder, Clippers. And then it's going to be Pistons, Nets, Bulls, Cavs, Sixers, Heat, and Hawks, Bucks. So the Raptors got bumped in the first play-in game, which is beautiful. Because that means, can we see our stat? We can't see our lottery projections, so we have to wait till the off-season episode to see exactly. But we can see our actual stats. So we know that Wembanyama dominated the team. 18 points, almost 10 rebounds, 2.3 blocks per game, 46% from the field, shot 27% from three-point line. We need him to shoot a little bit better from there. But it's not really his game. He can do it a little bit, or he can do it enough. But he's more of a rebounder guy, which is what we need him to do better of. And he made all-rookie second team and all-defensive second, or all-rookie first team, all-defensive second team. Keldon came up next with 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, basically. Jaren then with 14 points, 7 rebounds, basically 3 blocks, 2.5 blocks a game. Vassell had 13 points, pretty good season for him. Kevin Huerter came off the bench and that's what we wanted from Kevin Huerter. We wanted him to come off the bench and just get buckets. How did he shoot from 3? He shot 41% from 3, which is probably the best, it looks like the best 3-point percentage we had all season, which is what we brought him in for. And then Sohan, Osman, Malachi, 7 points, almost 3 assists. I mean, come on, Malachi. City Sissoko almost caught you, and he played 15 games. What are we doing here, Malachi? What are we doing here? Okay, so we'll see what we have with Kessler Edwards and with City Sissoko. They'll stay on the team for a little bit, but we'll see what we have with them. And Nerlens Noel came in. He had a half a block a game. We just brought him in for defensive stuff. That's not really too much of a thing. The last thing that I want to do before we simulate the whatchamacallits, the playoffs, is first off, I want to see our finances. So our salary cap breakdown. We're paying some guys. We're paying Jaren, obviously. We're paying Keldon and Kevin Huerter. And then we're paying Victor because he was the number 1 overall pick. But we have $17.5 million in salary. And I'm probably not going to keep Kevin Huerter around. We're not going to re-sign Chetty Osman. Vassell will stay around. Sohan is up in the air. I'll probably accept his team option. And Malachi will accept his team option. These guys we're probably not going to bring back. We'll bring back City, although we don't have to. We'll bring back Kessler, I would say. Nerlens, if we can get him cheap, we'll bring him back, but we'll see what happens with that. And then we're probably not going to bring back Kevin Huerter, so that'll free up a lot of money. That'll free up like 15, 16 million. So I'll take that. And then Keldon, man. I might trade Keldon Johnson. I don't want to, but we'll test the market for him, float him out there, see what he has. See what he has value-wise. Prospect scouting, we know a little bit more about some of these guys. We know 71% on Sean Marbury, and he just doesn't look that good. Like, he can't shoot, or he can't go inside. He can shoot the three ball a little bit. His playmaking is okay. His rebounding is good. He's got beat, but I don't know. I don't really like him that much. I like Danny Reynolds, for one, because he can do basically everything. And he can do rebounding, and he's a decent playmaker. I like Danny Reynolds to be our point guard of the future. And I also like... Do I like Dazeel Jones? I mean, maybe. He can shoot the three like crazy. He's got a crazy torch. Who was the other guy that I like? I forget who it was. Was it Julio Cruz? He looks pretty good. He's got A+ potential. Oh, what's his comparison? Shaquille O'Neal, Hall of Fame. Julio Cruz. Welcome to the San Antonio Spurs. We don't need another 7-foot center. 7'4" center. But Julio Cruz has Shaquille O'Neal potential with a three. He can shoot the three ball. He's Shaq with a three ball? Although his inside scoring is a C+, which is weird. But that might just because we have 72% scouted on him. Oh my God. I think we've figured out our guys. You're Shaq with a three ball. That's quite the comparison. Or that's quite the player. Although I do like Jimmy Vega as well. Jimmy Vega can do a lot. 6'7" point guard out of Puerto Rico. O'Shea Bantam we took a look at. Oh, it's Mitch Lawson-Wade. That's the other guy that I liked. Mitch Lawson-Wade. But if we can get frickin' Julio Cruz, he's not even the best ranked player in the class. Oh my God. Shaquille O'Neal with a three-point shot. That's crazy. We need to take a look before we simulate the playoffs. We need to take a look at these draft boards. Not the draft boards, the big boards. Where do they have Julio Cruz getting drafted? Big board. Julio Cruz is right now the 4th best prospect. We can probably make a trade, but he's the number 1 prospect in 2K. Okay, how do we get that? How do we make it so that we can come away with Julio Cruz? The mock draft has the Magic taking him at number 4. They have us taking Sheldon Benjamin. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take Julio Cruz, and then we're going to trade up with our other pick. Actually, we don't have to because they're mocking Danny Reynolds to us at number 12 with the Raptors. That's perfect. But we're going to have to trade up with the Magic to get Julio Cruz because I'm taking him. Julio Cruz, Shaq with a three ball? What's his build? What's his build? 7'4", 270? Out of UCLA? I mean, this kid can kill it. He's got A+ potential. I mean, that's our future. That's the big man. That's the prospect we're looking for. And if we can also, Jimmy Vega's projected to go number 1. I mean, that's understandable. He looks really good. But if we could come away with Julio Cruz and Danny Reynolds, I think this would be quite the draft. That would be quite the draft. All right, first round of the NBA playoffs is Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Cavs and Nets, and then the Sixers and the Bucks. I think the Pistons were frauds. I think that it's safe to say the Pistons were frauds. All right, going to the NBA semifinals. Or the conference finals, I guess you could say. Nuggets and Clippers. So the Lakers get beat by the Nuggets, and then the Cavs got beat by the Nets. So it's 7 versus 8 and 4 versus 7. This is quite the weird playoffs. Simulate the conference finals, and it's going to be James Harden and the Clippers beating Jokic and the Nuggets, and then Giannis and the Bucks. Wow. Okay. So it's a 7 versus 7 NBA finals. I'm pretty sure that's the first time that's ever happened. Not the teams I would have expected to be in the finals, considering the way that they were seeded. But the Clippers have a 2-1 lead over Milwaukee. They bring it back tied. Oh, Giannis gets it done. The Milwaukee Bucks are the world champions for the first season, and Damian Lillard gets himself his first NBA title. That's quite the playoffs. All right, so Giannis has got ring number 2. Lillard's got ring number 1, and it looks like that Lillard move to Milwaukee paid off in full. So next episode will be the NBA offseason, the first offseason in San Antonio. It's going to be a big one. Mainly because of this draft. We need to come away with Julio Cruz. That is my entire goal. And then we can play him at power forward. We can play Wemby at small forward or at center. We'll have to figure out a way to move Jaren around. I don't know what to do with Jaren then. I guess we could go crazy and have Julio Cruz at center. We could have Julio Cruz at center, Jaren at power forward, Wemby at small forward, and then we could get wild. We could get really wild, but it's the smart thing to do. When you've got a prospect as good as Julio Cruz is, 8+ 3-point game, his rebound is an A-, his athleticism an A-, his potential is an A+, and his comp, his ceiling is Shaquille O'Neal Hall of Fame. Are you kidding me? This is the guy. This is the next generational prospect. We have to get him. So that's the goal for next episode. You do not want to miss it. If you enjoyed this one, though, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.